Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of From the Bench to the Mic. I'm your host, Jonathan Holmes. I believe this is episode 5 we're on now. Episode 5. Wanted to do a quick recap from the weekend, talk about some of the games that I watched and was able to tune into, and then want to talk through my buckets of the weekend. So if you guys aren't familiar, I like to pick out 3, 4, 5 dudes that really balled out this weekend, and I got 4 guys, I believe, sitting and rocking. I got 4 guys that I thought went above and beyond for their squads. But yeah, overall, hey, we saw some great hoops this weekend. There were some great matchups. We had some old rivalries Pac-12 rivalries get renewed. An awesome game out in Los Angeles. Michigan with another tight one on the road, just getting completely battle tested. We had Gonzaga, ASU, Arizona State, out in the desert. Gonzaga looking strong again. We're gonna dive into that a little bit more here in just a moment. And then the game of the weekend, I was a toss-up between Arizona and UCLA, but UConn BYU. The score looked a lot closer than what I believe how the game actually flowed through, but nonetheless, still an excellent ball game, a top 10 matchup, something that we may see come tournament time for Elite 8, Sweet 16 kind of matchups. So a lot of talent nonetheless. But yeah, and then we had Houston-Auburn, another a shocker for me, in my opinion. I said in the last episode, I got to eat it, but I thought Auburn was going to get blown out here. They shocked me. They had a couple dudes step up to the plate, get ready to rock. They seemed to be playing hard for Stephen Pearl. But yeah, that was a shocker to me. So props to the SEC for showing up against the Big 12, but and then there's also some phenomenal matchups coming up tomorrow night for the Champions Classic that I'm really excited and looking forward to. But yeah, let's dive into a quick little recap. We'll start out with the UCLA-Arizona game on Friday night. Was able to tune into this one, watch the whole thing. Just a complete bloodbath. Very physical. Gave you Big Ten football vibes. This was just bodies just going after one another. There was it was just physical. Grinded out kind of game. It was, Anthony Del Orso off the bench, he came in and lit it up, which was great to see. But yeah, let's dive a little bit more into it. But UCLA ended up losing 68-65. I love UCLA. I'm high on them. I think Donovan Dent is the real deal. Didn't play crazy great, but he's still a strong game. But this is a statement W for Arizona. Arizona, I know they beat Florida beginning of the year. Game 1 so tough because you don't really have any game film on the opposing team. So I don't think Florida was ready for Koa Pete. I don't think they were ready for Arizona's physicality. So I think that kind of took them by surprise, and that's why they were able to get over the hump of Florida. But UCLA, they've seen a few games, kind of had more to scout out, and had kind of an idea of how Arizona was going to play. And Mick Cronin said that we were going to match physicality, and oh boy, did they! But Tommy Lloyd, when these two coaches go at one another, it's you're gonna get a great one, whether it's a grinded out kind of game or a high scoring affair. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get the best out of both their teams. So these guys can just motivate. These guys can motivate a house to build themselves. So, but as I alluded to earlier, Anthony Del Orso with 20 off the bench. The guy came in and was a microwave. It was auto nails from 3. He was catching it in transition. You could tell he's put on some weight in the offseason. I think they wanted to Arizona. Tommy Lloyd really wanted him to work on his defense, work on his ball handling. We've known he's always been a shooter. I always remember seeing him over the last couple of years coming to the game, and you knew he was going to light it up from 3. But big question was, hey, if you want to play at the next level, we got to work on your defense. And I think he really did. He really surprised me on the defensive end. He was all over the place in passing lanes. He was looking to get out in transition. He had a couple boards. Made his free throws. He had one turnover, which was really solid in 28 minutes. And for how much he had the ball in his hands, that was really, really strong. But yeah, it was without him, Arizona doesn't win this game. I mean, Cole Pete struggled. UCLA, Xavier Booker really stepped up to the plate to guard this kid and assert his dominance. The Michigan State transfer, Xavier Booker, he played probably the greatest first half I've seen him play. And then it was a complete announcer jinx. Ended up saying that he was playing the best game of his life, and then come the second half, he couldn't get anything going offensively. But that he's out there to block shots, out there to guard the big guy, clean the glass up a little bit, and he did that. He did his job. Cole Pete is a man amongst boys out there, and held them to 2 for 5 from the field. He forced 6 turnovers. I think 3 of those were traveling violations. Just a real kind of sloppy game. He had 4 fouls, didn't play. He played 21 minutes. So UCLA and Mick Cronin really game planned for him, and they did a great job. But again, Anthony Del Orso coming off the bench just shows how deep this Arizona squad can be. And to have that in your back pocket come tournament time, come postseason play, and conference play, that's a good card to be playing. So again, I was really impressed with Arizona for the second time I've watched them. I liked UCLA a lot still. This was one of their first kind of test, and I think they got some stuff to go back and work on from an execution standpoint. Sky Moore wasn't great. He needs to be great for this team to make a Final Four run. But again, I thought Donovan Dent was great. He was 5 of 16 from the floor. Again, not great, but not great shooting. He had 11 points, 8 dimes. So I'm huge, as you guys know, I'm huge on dudes that are able to impact the game outside of scoring. And he did that. I thought he played great defense. He took care of the ball. I mean, 8 assists is getting your teammates involved. I love that. So, but UCLA, they only had 3 bench points. This was a little concerning when I saw the box score. I was watching, I didn't really notice it, but they had Trent Perry was the only basket off the bench. It's not going to win you a lot of ball games, especially in the Big Ten when dudes are going to get hurt, guys are going to miss some time, you're going to get worn down. You've got to be at least 7, 8 deep in the Big Ten, maybe even 9. Honestly, you got to have extra bodies for late in the season to win those ball games and have some guys step up when your best players don't necessarily have their greatest game. But Tyler Bilodeau, he was excellent. 19 points, 2 boards, 1 assist, 7 of 10 from the field, 3 or 4 from 3. The UCLA forward was spectacular on offense. Defensively, would love to see him get a little bit better, a little bit more aggressive when he's going to attack the glass. But again, him and Xavier Booker did their job against Cole Pete. They just couldn't stop the flamethrower from coming off the bench. So, but again, both these two teams are in great shape. A great, excellent early season test before they get into the thick of their non-con. So I love seeing it, and hopefully we continue to see this as the years go on. We see these top 25 matchups early in the season. So, all right, moving on to Michigan and TCU. Another true road test for Michigan, the Wolverines. Fort Worth was rocking. The Horned Frogs really came to play. They wanted to show them, hey, we're the Big 12 too, right? They wanted to show the teams that they could play. They should be respectable. At home, they played lights out, I thought. I don't know how much better they actually could have played against Michigan. But Brock Harding, He's a Moline, Illinois kid. Got to see him at the Highland Shootout a few years back when he was in high school. And the guy can just change direction like no other. Real shifty guy. Kind of reminds me, him and Xavier Lee are pretty similar when it comes to their shiftiness. But Xavier Lee's a much better ball player. He's a much better shooter as well. But Brock, I mean, hey, 7 of 12 from the floor. He had 6 rebounds, 4 dimes, 15 points. I mean, that's what you want out of your point guard right there. He played really well. He threw Elliot Cadeau on the ground, got him skating when one play in transition. I'll have to play the highlight for you here in a second. But overall, this was a huge win it was a big true road test for the Michigan Wolverines. I was very impressed with them going into TCU's house and getting a win. I keep talking about this guy because he keeps showing up. Morez Johnson was my player of the game, complete X factor. He just plays all of these. He just does all of these hustle plays so well. That's just his identity. He's absorbed it. He loves it. But he's not going to have the most flashy game. He's just going to continue to grind, wear on you. And then one of those hustle plays is going to come back and end up giving Michigan an extra possession that they probably shouldn't have had. But he's my player of the game. He had 10 points, 12 rebounds. And half of those were offensive rebounds too, keep in mind. Having 6 offensive rebounds, 6 extra possessions, it could be the difference in a ball game. That's the difference between getting to an Elite Eight and going home. So, mad props to Morez Johnson. The guy just, if you want to see a motor, he's the guy to watch. So, he was my player of the game for this one. Again, atmosphere was rocking. He kept Michigan in it, and granted, I think ended up winning the game for him. Yaxel ended up showing out. 4 of 6 from the field, 10 boards, 14 points, 4 dimes, 3 blocks, stuffed the stat sheet pretty well. And that's what you want out of your potential Big Ten Player of the Year, right? You want a guy like that to be showing up on the road and helping you secure a victory. So this was overall a great test for Michigan. Again, another scary one. They had the Wake Forest one last weekend, but able to get it done on Friday night. So mad props to Michigan. Dusty May's got those boys playing hard. All right, Gonzaga, Arizona State. Now, I told y'all in my last video I'm buying stock on Gonzaga. These guys, I think Mark Few has these dudes playing at another level right now. They are hungry. They're ready to get back to the Gonzaga winning culture that Mark Few's instilled in that program. But Graham Ike, he's just an absolute beast down low. I would love to see him and Cole Pete and Xavier Booker. I would love to see these guys go at it. Just one-on-one in the post, just hard-nosed basketball. Graham Ike goes to the rim, and he's trying to dunk it every single time. He looks like, he doesn't play like this guy at all, but he looks like Giannis. Just long wingspan. When he dunks it, he doesn't have to, he's not jumping very high. He's just got that long, just pulverizing swing to the rim to go and throw it down. But the most impressive stat from Graham Ike on Friday night was his free throws. 12 of 15 from the line out of the 7-footer. I mean, you love to see that out of your big men. Braden Huff was 2 of 2. He didn't really do a ton. He had 11 points, 2 rebounds. He only played 20 minutes. He was in foul trouble, so he ended up actually fouling out of the game. But nonetheless, Graham Ike, player of the game here. Adam Miller went back to Arizona State. He transferred from there. 3 of 9 from the field, 10 points. He had a rebound. Nothing crazy. He didn't shoot it well. 2 of 7 from the 3. So he was trying to have a little homecoming game, I'm sure. Braden Smith, 9 dimes. Not the Braden Smith we all know from Purdue, but Braden Smith from out of Gonzaga, 9 dimes. You love seeing that out of your point guard. And then I talked about this dude a few episodes back, but Tyon Grant Foster off the bench. I said he was going to be the X factor for the Bulldogs this year. And he's going to be a transfer in from, I believe he's from Greensboro. I believe he's from UNC Greensboro. I'm going to double check that super fast. I'm sorry, Grand Canyon. Whoops, I'm thinking of somebody else. Out of Grand Canyon, he's a senior, 6'7" guard. He's my X factor for these guys. He had 14 points, 12 boards. That's what you want to see from a guy off the bench. And a guy that's going to be your X factor on the year. To come in and make an impact like that, help you win the ball game. Mark Few, you got a diamond in the rough, that's for sure. So Tyon Grant Foster, great work. He's ready to rock and roll this year. I think he ends up becoming a starter at some point. So just keep that name on the radar when you're watching the Gonzaga Bulldogs, who'll probably be in the top 15 next week. So buy that stock in Gonzaga, man. They really got it going. They've got some great matchups coming up. So don't want to be late on that train. So get after Gonzaga if you're if you're looking to buy some stock. All right, last game of the night. Last game of the weekend. Apologize. Houston versus Auburn. 73-72 barn burner, instant classic. This one was shocking to me. I thought Auburn was going to get pulverized. But Keyshawn Hall, UCF transfer, 2011. He had 7 of 7 from his free throws. Tahad Pettiford with 15. Auburn was able to take care of the ball against Houston. Only had 8 turnovers, which is amazing considering Houston being the number 1 defensive team in the country a year ago. But yeah, Auburn did their thing. Loved it. Loved to see the SEC represent well. I personally doubted them, but they seem to be back. Stephen Pearl seems to have these guys playing back on track after the Bethune-Cookman collapse. So Houston to go on the road. I say a road game. It was neutral site. It was playing in Birmingham, so essentially it was a home game for Auburn. But to go on the road against top 25 and win shows that you're a veteran squad. But veterans, it was the freshmen really that stepped up for Houston. Kingston Fleming had 22, 5, and 7 out of the San Antonio Texas area. Very talented freshman. And then Chris Senal, Cenal, added 18 and 9, another freshman, rock star. So, typically you see an older-ish Houston team, but they got some freshmen that can hoop, man. Those 2 dudes, they might be leading the charge for the Cougars. But again, this is just another example of some talented freshmen in this freshman class. I mean, this freshman class, and a lot of people have been saying it's probably the best ever. It's so diverse because they're all across the country now. NIL has completely changed the game. They're all the talent's all spread out, and I love to see that. So, yeah, Houston Auburn, a great game, but Houston coming out on top, 73-72. Ralph Sampson's got those boys cooking. So, and then Stephen Pro, great job, way to prove me wrong. But yeah, now let's dive into Johnny's buckets of the weekend. All right, first bucket of the weekend, Cam Boozer, Indiana State, another just headliner of the freshmen, 35 points, great work. He shot the ball well. He dominated the paint, ran in transition. It was awesome. The announcers, of course, I was listening to it on the radio. It's on ACC Network. Announcers love this dude. This dude is just so talented, so raw. Plays super hard. Plays just like his dad. Excellent work from Cam Boozer at Duke. So he's my first bucket of the weekend. Number 2, love this name. The next one's even better. Money Williams from Montana, the Grizzlies. He had 31 against Cal Poly. He's got back-to-back 30-point games. One, of course, Cal Poly, and then against UNLV. The junior from Oakland, Money Williams is absolutely money, baby. I love it. Thinking about naming my kid Money. I think that'd be great, especially as a three-point shooter. But when you're able to fill it up, you're living up to that name, Money Williams. So, but watch out for Montana, man. 4-1 going up against Texas A&M this week. So keep an eye out for the Grizz. Upset alert. I'm gonna say it here first. Watch out for Montana. All right, number 3, Mustafa El Moutoukiel. It's a mouthful. Look him up. Jacksonville State. He had 33 against Coastal Carolina. He's leading the country in scoring at 26.7 points per game. Listen to a quick little interview of him, and the guy just loves ball. He loves to just stay in the gym. I mean, I can't imagine how much is going on at Jacksonville State, but he's there before practice, he's there after practice, weekends, mornings, nights, all over the place, man. The guy just lives and breathes hoops, loves to score. But yeah, keep an eye out for him. I can't wait. I wonder how long he's going to be on top of the points per game ranking, but currently averaging 26, almost 27. Very, very strong. So, I'm not going to say his name again because it's just so hard to pronounce, but out of Morocco, beast. Number 4, this guy's been all over the country. Dior Johnson. He's at Tarleton State now. You guys may know this guy from his high school mixtape. I think he transferred to 5 different high schools. He's been at 3 different colleges now. He played JUCO ball, played at UCF, and then now he's at Tarleton State. And he's actually low-key hooping for him. He's very boom or bust. He gives me Cam Thomas vibes for the Brooklyn Nets, where when he's on fire, he's on fire. When he's cold, he's ice cold. But 42 versus Baylor, decided to show up and show out in front of a Power 5 school. He's just got a crazy story from high school. I mean, he transferred just a ton. He was at Oak Hill, IMG, local high school. He's from New York, just all over the board. But he gets a bucket of the weekend from me, man. He had 42. You can't look that up. So even though it was in a losing effort, 42 is still tough to go get, especially against another Power 5 or against a Power 4 school like Baylor. Where Scott Drew he loves defense, and for you to go get your own, that's really solid and definitely shouldn't go unnoticed. So, will he transfer again? Guarantee he will. Probably end up at a low major D1 school again, or I mean, someone might take a chance on him, desperate high major school, but he can't. I don't think he can guard a soul. But he's a bucket nonetheless. So. Yeah, all right, y'all. Hey, that was a quick episode this week. Friday we'll have a little more fun with it, but just want to give everybody a quick recap. Everybody have an awesome week. We got some great matchups coming up. Duke versus Kansas, and then Michigan State. Let me double check who they've got. Champions Classic, Kentucky, Michigan State, Duke, Kansas for the Champions Classic on Tuesday night. So everybody tune into that at the Garden. That'll be a fun one. So some awesome freshmen in the Duke Kansas game, and then Izzo versus Mark Pope. A lot of talent in that one as well. So can only imagine how many NBA scouts are going to be there. But all right, y'all. Hey, everybody have an awesome week, and yeah, we'll tune in. I'll see y'all on Friday. Peace.